which they like, for targeting the violence producers through a court-supervised process, along with the powers that are given under the ZOSO legislation to maintain a presence in communities of law enforcement and the security forces is probably the way to go where there are troubled communities. And they have agreed with us that there's no reason why the military and the police who are deployed in troubled communities now can't stay there until whatever risks are anticipated have dissipated. There's no need to pull them out just to prove a point. You know, we are in favor of securing the people. What we're not in favor of is an unlimited power of detention where a constable, a police officer, or a soldier can just grab you because you said something they don't like, or they don't like the way you look, or they heard something which is not supported by anything substantial, and they lock you up. And then you're in a kind of legal vacuum. And we're not in favor of that. We don't think it's good for Jamaica. We think it's an oppressive system, and we won't support it.
We've heard the Prime Minister hinting that he wouldn't hesitate to, Prime Minister or National Security Minister, forgive me, that they may in fact reimpose another set of states of emergency.
That's a power that is given to the Governor General acting on the advice of the Prime Minister under the Constitution. It could be if it was I think, used extensively. You know, if it's for a short period of time, who knows? It's unlikely to be tested if it's just for a short period of time. If it is used on a prolonged, recurring basis, then we may have to do what Lord Robinson asked us to do.
Let me ask you though, let me go back to your proposal, which, as you said, based on a court order obtained without notice to the person involved. Initial detention for 7 days, right? Then up to 14 days, up to 42 days, but at each stage a judge would have to authorize ongoing detention. And importantly, you said that the police would have to satisfy the court that they're making progress in building a case. Doesn't this though ignore a critical issue, which is at the heart of all these problems, which is that the police aren't building any cases. They will tell you that they know.
Tell us something, talk to us, let us know what's going on.
Watch this. When I explain myself to no man, I mean no need no opinion.
Evidence, they can't get any witnesses, and this is why they want them taken off the street and locked up. So isn't your proposal then likely to do one of two things? Either just be performative to say, okay, we're doing something, we put in place this new measure, we're locking up people, knowing full well that at the end of the 49 days total that you suggest, there is going to be no charge, and that what we might see is what we've seen in the past, which is the police let out people when they're forced to do so legally, wait a day or two, and then lock them back up again.
I believe that if the mechanism that we have proposed is supported by significant resources around intelligence gathering in the communities where these people are operating, it should be possible. We need to beef up the witness protection arrangements to support it, and we need to put some resources around intelligence gathering so that there is the best possible chance of building a case. But at the end of the day, Dion, we have to try to maintain the rule of law and the democratic principles on which the society is constructed. We cannot just abandon this and go to a military state where we have indefinite detention and indefinite states of emergency. And for the last 5 years, I think we've had 10 states of emergency. This is unheard of. This is not what the Constitution contemplates. When the Charter of Rights was enacted, it was enacted in a context where since independence, I think there had been three, a very brief one in 1968, one in 1976, and then the one in 2010. And both the one in 1976 and the one in 2010 were reacting to a significantly worsened situation in the country, and in particular in West Kingston in 2010 with the attempts to prevent the extradition of a known crime lord. So we're not operating in a context where this is an available tool, and I think the business community need to understand that. And I think they accept that if the objective of targeting violence producers can be achieved through an appropriately balanced mechanism, supported with boots on the ground in the troubled areas so that there's security for the people who live there, and strengthened intelligence gathering and witness protection, we have the best chance of getting this monster under control. I am prepared to work with the government to achieve this. I'm prepared to assist in the drafting of the legislation, and we need to get Jamaica beyond the point where we're the murder capital of the world, and the only way to do that, I think, is for us to put the grandstanding and the scoring of political points behind us and focus on solutions. We stood up for the principle of constitutional integrity, and our oath